when you're changing some fluid or some oil or something, if you never spill any on the floor, you're just not doing it right.
Hey, glad to have you here. My name is Don and this is Adventures This Way. Here at Adventures This Way, I'm all about the power sports world, focused mainly on ATVs, riding, maintenance, and repairs. And right now we are right into repairs with the Polaris Sportsman 850 back there. Just an update, if you saw my last video, something went wrong right at the end. We made a lot of crunching noises, which wasn't good. So here we are. Testing 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So I want to take a second. If you find value in the content, consider subscribing so that you do not miss anything. I'd appreciate your support. Look at this. I don't know about you guys, but I think this these U-joints are. Look at the movement up and down here. That's definitely been part of my problem, and it went bad. So look at this. I'm hoping this yoke here isn't actually toast. All right. So here's the situation. This is my pinion cover, pinion gears in here. This is my front yoke on my prop shaft. Watch what's going on here. Check this out, especially right here. So this is really loose. These U-joints, not so good, eh? But watch this. The whole thing, watch this slide. Look at that. Look at how polished off that is. Watch this. Can you see this here? Right here. This part here is moving up and down in there. So that's telling me either one, the main bearing in here is gone, or this little needle bearing back here is gone. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna take this pinion cover off and see what's going on. She's coming there now. Once she got it started, she's not so bad. All right, we'll pop that out the rest of the way. There she goes. I see where it went. That's nice. You know what? Let's just grab it so I don't lose it. Oh, that worked. So now, get it ahead. There. Now, I haven't greased that in a while. Obviously, it's a little dry. Look at that. I could feel it. I could feel something was off. Look at that. That's a lot of deflection. We'll take her apart and have a see. Ready to come out. Let's see here. There we are. Oh yeah. She took a couple chunks out of her. Yep. See that? All right, guys. We pulled off that pinion cover and we have some damage. Turns out what happened was the main pinion bearing is destroyed. So that means we gotta pull this front diff out of here. Let's get to it.
All right, the front diff is now out of the machine and I got her in here on the workbench in the workshop. So one thing I wanted to show you was, this is the lower steering stem and it's an older design. There's an updated one. I'm gonna be going with that because look at this bearing is just toast, toast, toast. But just to show you, have a look at this. If you've never seen a Polaris front differential before, this is how they are. I know the very first time I saw it, I was really intrigued. So the top of the differential acts as a support for the lower steering stem. It has a bearing in it, and it's all part and parcel of the way that the electronic power steering works and is designed on the Polaris. You know, the conditions that I put it in, it lives a hard life. There's no doubt that this bearing has had its life shortened. Now I've already went ahead and cracked all these loose, so let's get them out of here. Hang on, where's my drill? Definitely not very organized here. What kind of a ship am I running here? Jeez. Oh, wait. Yeah, I gotta tell you, a couple of these were stuck real bad. And the thing is with Torx, they can be tricky. Ooh, they can be tricky. Okay, the pièce de résistance, let's see. Yeah, here's a prying part right here. Oh yeah. What about on this side? Oh yeah, here she comes. Here she comes. Look at that, it's definitely dirty, eh? It's definitely dirty. Okay. You know, so this side here, you can feel the grit. So what happened? Ooh, you know what? Yeah, you can feel in those bearings. Yeah, there's a little grit. So what happened was, what I figured happened was, this is my synopsis of what happened. This is my prop shaft. This attaches onto the transmission. There's this U-joint, this U-joint. They're both gone. Okay? I never checked them. I did have an issue one time out on a big ride, and I know I hit something pretty hard. I hit a big hump on kind of in between the front and the rear tires. Felt a little funny, but I never checked it for play, which I should have done. So, this is your pinion gear. The pinion gear attaches in here. So, what happened is, the pinion bearing, which goes here, that's the inside race of it. It actually looks, it's exactly the same bearing as this one. This started getting play. We got play in here. So then what happens, this starts getting play in it. A little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit. And eventually, the balls from the bearing came apart. And it actually moved backwards. So then this whole thing came backwards. That's what broke off these chunks right here. And some of the balls went backwards into the pinion cover. This is your pinion cover here. The balls went back into here, chewed some things up. This is still salvageable, by the way. It's still good. And then the rest of the balls from the bearing fell in here and went inside and got chewed up. And that's what was sitting at the bottom of my drain plug area, was pieces of bearing. So this is my first time with my own eyes seeing inside one of these. So it's kind of intriguing at the same time. We're both getting a look at the same time. But it's definitely gritty. Yeah, I don't know what that bearing. So, okay, that's that side. I know this all comes out as a unit. This differential has the automatic descent control in it. Part of it has been removed, but not completely. That's my vent line. So there's some extra parts in here. There's some extra parts in here that you will not see in all of the differentials. Now let's get you a closer look at Look at there's the mangled up metal pieces. Right there. Hey, that's not good. Not good at all. Okay, I like to get this cage, the sprayed cage out of here. Actually, everything looks good. I don't know, it looks all right. Hard to say. So that's the back of the ring gear there. There's that pin. That pin is for that. Okay. Uh-oh. There's just pieces of metal. Oh, what just fell? I think it's just a piece of metal. All right, let's have another close-up. You know what? I almost think there's like, I think there's mud in there too. I don't know. I have a suspicion that one of the seals is leaking. Oh, wow. So, upon inspection here, the ring gear looks really good. There's a teeny bit of wear here, marks here. You know what, like, that's really not bad. But here's the issue. You can't just buy the pinion by itself. You can't just buy the pinion by itself. And you know what, the thing is, this thing's got a couple chew marks in it. The worst thing is that where it's chipped at the back here. And you know what, like, you might be able to run it. You know, you might be able to run it. Like, it probably wouldn't cause you a problem, but I don't know. I have a good mechanical background, but going into this depth, you know, I do not have the expertise to know if this is still going to be good enough to use or not. You might be able to use it for a while if you're waiting for new parts to do a rebuild. However, what you don't want to do is cause more damage. That is the key, because all these parts are very expensive. It's really unfortunate because I believe that that I didn't have a failure in the differential. I did not. The problem was I believe the U-joints worn took out my bearing. And if I would have checked it regularly, I probably would have been able to avoid this. Just bought a bearing and a few new seals, and I probably would have been good to go. So the plan is I'm getting a good used one. I got a guy. No, I'm just kidding. His name's Taryn Wilson, and if you guys follow Ostercruiser at all, he had a video. Taryn was on it. He brought 2 of his built Polarises that he has. He's got this big, I think it's a 2016 Highlitra 850 with like 40-inch wheels on it. The thing's a beast. And he's also got a Scrambler 1000. That's got 30-some+ inch tires on it. One day at a time, eh? Replace these U-joints. Got some new Spicer ones here. They should do the trick. And we should be good to go. Actually, yeah, I got that coming, and I got a new one of these coming, the updated ones, and we'll be back in business.